There's been good news and bad news when it comes to the release of Netflix's One Piece Season 2. We have a release window, but it's a lot later than some of us thought. The release window confirmation came with the announcement of new One Piece Lego sets inspired by the series. The Netflix series itself is based on Eiichiro Oda's iconic manga and followed the success of an ongoing anime series. It was previously confirmed that the show had been renewed for Season 2, and there have been plenty of casting announcements, so prepare for some new faces when Luffy returns. Despite criticism pitting the Netflix adaptation against the original, One Piece Season 1 ranked as the most watched show in 84 countries over its first weekend, beating viewing records set by the likes of Stranger Things and Wednesday. Considering Netflix's previous anime live-action adaptations haven't always gone down so well, it was a nice change to see One Piece do so well, especially because Monkey D. Luffy actor Iñaki Godoy promised a faithful adaptation, one that honors the manga and the story it tells. With that promise being met, hopes are high for Luffy and his pirate crew's comeback. Though, if you're not one to wait, here's how to watch the anime in order. Here's everything you need to know about One Piece Season 2. We're expecting One Piece Season 2 to land in late 2025. We'd take a guess that it's coming between October and November. A release window was confirmed when the One Piece tie-in Lego sets were announced, with them being described as treasures you can cherish while you wait for new episodes of One Piece which arrive later this year. While a 2025 release window had been speculated for a while, it's good to have it confirmed. Filming on the second season kicked off in August 2024 and wrapped in December the same year. On 14th September 2023, fans of the Netflix One Piece show were greeted by a very special message from series creator Eiichiro Oda via his own personal transponder, letting fans know that the streamer has renewed the series for a second season. Fans of One Piece will know that the ending of Season 1 set up an exciting Season 2. As Episode 8 draws to a close, Luffy has been successful in taking down shark villain Arlong and his base, which is better known as Arlong Park. The Straw Hats have been reunited after Nami makes amends with her sister, setting off to bigger and better things ahead. At the same time, it's revealed by Kobe that Luffy now has a bounty on his head, and it's the highest of any bounty in the East Blue. Because of this, the gang decides it's finally time to make the journey to the Grand Line, although it doesn't seem like the Marines are through with them yet. It looks as though Season 2 is set to introduce yet another pivotal big bad to the Netflix One Piece universe in the form of Smoker, a big buff pirate with a love of cigars and a hatred for the Straw Hat Pirates. What's especially tricky about this next villain is his ability to transform himself into cigar smoke, making him quite the adversary to take on. Season 2 will also be helmed by showrunners Matt Owens and Joe Tratz. We're expecting the following cast members to return for One Piece Season 2. We also have plenty of new faces joining the cast. They include Daniel, Camrus, Jazara, and David, who are members of the criminal syndicate Baroque Works, are taken directly from the One Piece manga. Netflix previously revealed some of the adaptation's new cast members, such as Joe Manganiello, True Blood, being cast as Mr. O, aka Crocodile, alongside other exciting additions. Lara Abova, Anna, as Miko Robin, Charithra Chandran, Bridgerton, as Miss Vivi Wednesday, and Katie Sagal, Futurama, as Dr. Kariha. Deadline also revealed some other cast members that will be joining the main One Piece cast, including Sophia Ann Caruso, Beetlejuice, as Miss Golden Week, Mark Penwill, Catch Me a Pillar, as Chess, and Anton David Jephthah, as KM. Miss Golden Week in the anime and manga works alongside Crocodile, so we expect her to be an antagonistic force against Luffy and the rest of the Straw Hats. Jess, on the other hand, is part of the Blicking Pirates, who Luffy and the crew come across during their adventures. KM is also part of the Blicking Pirates, and like Chess, plays an antagonistic role. Showrunner Matt Owens has given some hints about the plot, telling Tudum, "When the Season 2 writers' room got together, we knew how far we were going to get and that this character, Dr. Kureha, was going to be a big part of the season." He added that Oda told everyone we'll be meeting Chopper in Season 2, and confirmed that the Straw Hats are also going to be in the Grand Line, saying, "The place that we were talking about all of Season 1, we're in it now." Of course, we also have some clues from the manga and anime. Plenty of obstacles and enemies are expected to play a part in Luffy's next moves, slowing down his success in obtaining the elusive One Piece. According to the original manga, the Alabasta Saga is next up, following on from the originally adapted East Blue Saga. There are 6 separate arcs that make up the saga, divided into episodes and chapters that correspond with the manga and anime. Before that, though, the manga takes a little detour to Logo Town, given that we see a tease of Smoker in the final episode's post-credits scene. It would make sense that Season 2's first episode would start there. The Logo Town story will see Smoker chasing and tracking down Luffy and his Straw Hat crew due to his hatred of all things pirates. He pops up in a few arcs afterwards, including the Little Garden arc and Alabasta arc. It's easy to imagine he will be on the heels of the Straw Hat Pirates throughout the season, much like fellow Marine Garp was in Season 1. If the live-action One Piece continues to follow Oda's story, fans can expect to see Luffy and that gang head towards Whiskey Peak, where they are targeted by the criminal organization known as Baroque Works. We see Zoro defeat a member of the organization in the first episode of Season 1, so it makes sense that Baroque Works will return with a vengeance. So far, Season 1 of the live-action One Piece has almost perfectly matched up with Season 1 of the anime series. The show also manages to adapt most of the East Blue manga saga. However, some parts of the original series and manga have been changed in the live-action show. Some scenes have been cut altogether, while others have been rearranged to show the characters' journeys differently. The relationship dynamics between the main crew are also slightly different, with the live-action Straw Hats much more hesitant to follow Luffy in making his dreams come true. The way the group comes together is altered too, with most of their meetings chance encounters, despite being planned out in the original source material. Not yet. However, as part of its Geeked Week event, Netflix released a brand new look at One Piece Season 2 via a set tour by Buggy actor Jeff Ward. Watch below. We'll update this page with any new information as and when it comes. One Piece is now available to stream on Netflix. Sign up for Netflix from £4.99 a month. Netflix is also available on Sky Glass and Virgin Media Stream. Check out more of our anime coverage or visit our TV guide and streaming guide to find out what's on. For more from the biggest stars in TV, listen to the Radio Times podcast.